Good morning, traders. So how are we going to trade the DAX today? So a lot of, how do I put it, confusing signals or indecision-based signals. So ultimately, if you look at the daily, we are consolidating pretty much between those two levels. And if you look to the left, we have done some similar stuff. You see how whenever we get into this zone, we've got quite a bit of indecision. Okay. Right. So for me at this stage, I am going to leave it at that. Okay. We have touched the top of the trend line. We gapped up towards it again and sold off. Now, we do have the diversions I pointed out yesterday. So I would expect a pullback of sort. Okay. But it could also just range in this zone. So in other words, it could come to the bottom here, rally up, and then slowly drift its way through this trend line. If we look at the 4-hour, I think that's also quite an important picture at this stage. We are above the 200 EMA, okay, 200 exponential moving average. And at the same time, oscillators are grouped to the bottom, which is indicating we are oversold at the moment. On the 4-hour, that is. On the daily, we're not. So, yeah, I suppose you could flip a coin at the moment, which way we're going to go. So, I mean, from a price action perspective, we have rallied and we are now gone into a range. Okay, so you can see we rallied up and then we hit the level and then we sort of in this range. Okay, and so long as we stay above the 200 moving average here on the 4-hour, I will be inclined to believe that we may break to the upside. Okay, and this is also very typical when we hit a trend line. Often what happens is, it has a couple of attempts trying to break through, and then it falls off or it actually succeeds. So let's just get down to 30 minutes and see if we can see something here. Now, you can see how we're ranging at the moment. I mean, this is insane. And you want to try and trade this from get back on a trend. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So I would expect more of the same, to be quite honest. So I'd expect price to get down to the bottom here and then start rallying to top and hitting the top of this range again. So, if we can get an entry, there's a couple of areas for entry, so let's just get them in, okay? So that's the first most logical one, okay? And the reason why I say that is because it's the inside tails. Okay, so inside tails for me are far more important than these tails to the downside. So that is my most logical one. And you can see there's quite a bit of interaction at this level. So 12,330 is what I'm looking for. So I would expect price to get down to this area, maybe even a little bit lower. But for me, this is a range. And until we break through this level here, we are just consolidating. Okay, if we break through 12,314, so I've given us a word. So just call it 12,310. If we break convincingly through 12,310, then you can expect a move to the downside equal to the height of this range. So in other words, breakthrough there, you're looking at a 100-point move to the downside. Okay. So for me at the moment, it's a range. I'm going to trade the range. So I'm looking for a long entry, and I'm looking for a long entry off one of these two levels here. This is the most logical one, 12,330. This would be the lower level, which is 12,314, 12,315. Now, regardless of what happens, if I do get into this point here, I would want to have my stop below the, let's call it a 35-point stop. So I'd want to have it below the 1 hour or the 30-minute 200 moving average. I think the 1 hour is pretty much in the same spot. No, it's a little bit further down. And the 12 minutes, I think we've broken through. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm looking for basically some positive price action here, and you can pick it up off the 5, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want to do, but one of the lower time frames. So you can pick up your positive price action here. And what I mean by that, if you look at the 6 minutes here, there's a positive price action perspective off a level. See that rejection bar? You can immediately take the chance and be long on that. There's another rejection bar with an inside bar, and I actually played this yesterday, but we just couldn't get through the alligator on the 5 minutes, so got out of it to wait for the news. And then you can see here another level inside bar, and then this one rallied a bit, actually rallied quite a bit. Okay, so this is what you're looking for. You're looking for this kind of a price action, inside bar, engulfing like this, green engulfing, or a pin bar, or even a double bottom. And here is a double bottom, 1, 2. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking for, and what you need that is off a level. These are the two levels, and you also want your Williams percentage R indicator here to be in the oversold territory. Okay, so if you can do it on the 6 minutes, you can do it on the 12 minutes as well. You can see 12 minutes, you've got an engulfing, 2 engulfings there, double bottom, pin bar. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking to trade. Okay, so yeah, so that to me is what's going on. This is a range. I'm looking to buy at the bottom and sell at the top. So not a major trade. It's 80 points. It's good enough on the DAX. So the nice thing about this is you've got a relatively small stop loss. If we can get down to this level, you can get away with a 20-point stop loss. Okay, and before we close off, let's just have a look at the DAX futures. Okay, so that's flat. It's sitting at 12,333. Which is basically where we closed. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing else really moving on the market at the moment. So obviously the Asian markets are slightly down because the US markets were down yesterday. So yeah, I don't think, for me at this stage, this is still a consolidation. Okay, this is consolidating. We are above the alligator on the 4-hour. We are above the 200 moving average. So obviously I want to see a break above 12,400 before I'm confident of the move to the upside. But until then, I'm looking for anything off 12,300 to 12,330. Anything in that area. If I get positive price action in that area, it's definitely a long entry for me. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else we can what we can do is just highlight this. Okay, and put the other one on. Okay, so we are in a channel. Okay, so that's another reason why I'm saying we're going sideways. This would be an area to be long, and just keep a tight stop. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Then this channel is going to break, and then my original view early in the week that we're going to pull back deeper will materialize. Okay, so that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and enjoy your day. I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.